Talented Thursday with Kimberly E. Shell. Let's go. Yeah. Everybody day boy. Every Thursday night, let me be specific. Yeah. You're gonna see a great show at 7 PM Pacific. Kimberly Shell will be on the mic, hosting talented people that she knows you like. Come on in, tell a friend, yep, you found your crew. Every Thursday at 7, make sure you come through. Talented Thursdays with Kimberly. Talented Thursdays, the place to be. Talented Thursdays, stay locked in right here every Thursday night. Talented Thursdays with Kimberly Shell. Whoa, whoa. Talented Thursdays with Kimberly Shell.
Hey, everybody. How you doing out there? It's your girl, Kimberly E. Shell, and welcome to another episode of Talented Thursdays. I'm so glad to have you all here. Now, listen, I got a quick story for you. One day I woke up. It was like during the pandemic, I believe, and a story just dropped into my spirit. That story was called Ice Cream for Breakfast, okay? So I began writing that story, and it took me about 20 minutes. That's why I said it dropped in my spirit, you know? And all of a sudden, I had a children's book. Well, fast forward to today. Y'all know it's one of my favorite days, Thursday, and my book just dropped on Amazon, a children's book, Ice Cream for Breakfast. Won't God do it? I'm telling you, he will. I'm telling you. So today is special. My book dropped, and I have a very special guest here tonight. So I cannot wait to get her in the room. Let me go ahead and jump over to the comments. I have Charlene Carla, who is watching from Florida. She said, greetings from Florida. Y'all know Charlene be in the building every week. Greetings, my sister. Thank you so much for being here. Now, listen, y'all, make sure if you're watching, first of all, have you been enjoying the show? It's been about 29 weeks this year, 29, almost 30 weeks this year that we've been having Talented Thursdays. It's amazing. And you all come week after week. So tell a friend. You know how I say, come on in, tell a friend. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. It's almost like church. You've been going to church forever and you never join. Come on in and join the family, y'all, okay? So let's talk about tonight's guest. I am super duper excited. Let me get Instagram in the room. I want to make sure that they are here. And that everyone is here before I start talking about my guest for tonight. This lady is someone special. You hear me? Tonight's guest is a true creative force whose voice and songwriting has already left a lasting mark on music and so much more. Sheree Brown is an ASCAP award-winning songwriter, vocalist, and musician with a catalog of over 100 songs, including placements in film. Kirk Franklin's Looking for You, which was sampled from Patrice Rushen's Haven't You Heard, as well as the 1994 classic Groove Thing. Y'all remember that by Janae? Yes, indeed. Those were both co-written by Miss Sheree. She's also an Emmy-nominated producer whose extensive career has taken her from the recording studio to the stage and beyond. Look, I still got Groove Thing in my head, okay? Now, known for her soulful artistry and her ability to tell powerful stories through music, Sheree has spent decades creating, performing, and inspiring others through her work. Beyond the accolades, y'all, what stands out is her passion for connecting with people, educating others, and using music as a way to uplift and bring us together. Tonight, we are going on a journey. Are y'all ready? I hope you're ready. You're watching Talented Thursdays, and up next is none other than Miss Sheree Brown. Keep watching.
I don't think they're ready for this.
You know what time it is?
It's about that time of the week to showcase what you got, the talent that we have. It's a whole lot. You can sing, you can dance, you can rap, you can write. It doesn't matter.
You know what time it is?
Such a lack
Put your hands in the sky and wave them side to side. Every foot alive. Talented Thursday with Kimberly E. Shell. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Y'all know how we do here. Let's hear that drum roll. Come on, drum roll. Don't play with me. Give it up for none other than Miss Sheree Brown. Hello.
Hi there. Hi, everyone.
Yes, indeed. I am so glad to have you here tonight. I saw you rocking to the music now. And if you were rocking to the music, that means it was something good. I'm excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here.
Yes, indeed. All right, I'm gonna jump just briefly into the comments. Wylena is watching. She said, "Hey, Kimberly, my big brother Marlon said to tell you, hey, well, hey to you all. You all are in for a treat tonight. Keep watching. I have none other than Sheree Brown. So, Sheree, welcome in. Thank you for being here at Talented Thursdays. I am excited to have you, as I've said, and you didn't have to say yes, but you did. So what have you been up to? Tell me what you've been doing today.
Oh, my goodness. Today was a busy day. I did shopping for food. That's always. I've been putting it off.
Uh-huh.
So when I take the time to do it, I try to do all of it in one day. This place, that place, this place, that place. And I did it and rushed back. I got to get ready for your show. I did it.
You did it. And I'm so glad you made it. So you made it to all your stores and made it here in time. Look, that's someone who's used to a sound check. You're like, I know when they say call time, you got to be there, right?
That's right.
Yes, indeed. I think I am hearing a little bit of there we go.
Fan.
Perfect.
Okay,
Yep. It's hot where Sheree is, y'all, and it's hot here as well, So we're trying to stay cool, but we will also want to make sure that you all can hear us well. Deidre is watching from Louisiana. Hello, Deidre. Thank you for tuning in. There is Coates, my friend from California. He said, good evening. And also, Wylena says she is looking forward to seeing today's show, as am I. So, Miss Sheree, I want you to rep your city. Tell the people where you're joining us from and tell me what are some of the best things about your city.
I am here in Los Angeles, California, and I'm an LA City girl, born here.
Yes.
And the beaches. I love to go to the beach. But you always have to check out the conditions, the water condition, because we've had some issues with it being pretty rough. Right. And then you also have to check out the condition of the health of the ocean as far as bacteria is concerned. They test the waters and they let folks know if it's not safe or well to swim in the ocean because of bacteria. So that's a good thing. There's Venice Beach. I always tell folks that when you come out to LA, you got to go to Venice Beach and go to the boardwalk because you see all of these sights, the beach and the ocean's there, but they have these street performers. They perform right along the walkway, and you're just walking for miles, and there's vendors, in different areas, and then there's little places to eat. It's fun. It's very entertaining. And then Leimert Park is a real popular place. It's become more popular, but it's always been popular to me, and it embraces African American culture. And so there's vendors and there's food, and people of all cultures come from all over. And there's music and there's art, and it's pretty hip. It's pretty nice. They have concerts going on. There's a place in Leimert Park called the World Stage, and I perform there at least once a year. It's a really small venue, but the sound is phenomenal, and it's very intimate, and I love it. There's in View Park area, and it borders Inglewood. There's a number of different restaurants. Issa Rae, the actress, has a new it's comfort food that's upscale, and I cannot remember what the name of it. I'll think about it before I finish this show, hopefully.
Yes.
but it's fairly new. And then there's a dress shop, a clothing shop called CJ's Elegance, and
Okay.
it's black owned, and but I shop there often, especially if I'm going to be doing a show or a video shoot. I'll go
Right.
in and make an appearance. So there's
Wow.
and of course Hollywood, going to Hollywood and Beverly Hills. Those are some sightseeing places worth
Absolutely.
visiting. Hmm.
Wow, that's what I'm talking about. Look, you gave us great places to go, and to hear that you perform at Leimert Park, at least once a year. That's awesome. So people can go there and experience the talent and the culture. And then I'm a Venice Beach girl. Whenever I go to
Okay,
California, I want to go to Venice Beach
so
because
you
you are
know.
absolutely right. Yes, I enjoy it so much, for sure, for sure. So you gave us some great things. Justin Smith is here. He said hello. So hello,
Hello,
Justin. Thank you for
hello,
coming in.
hello. Hi,
Yes, Darius
Justin.
said, what about Eminem Soul Food? How you feel about Eminem's?
Do you know that I believe Eminem's closed?
Oh,
Hmm.
wow. Got you.
I used to love that. In fact,
Yeah. And they
and
used to have one here. I think it may still be here in Vegas, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Eminem Soul Food for sure.
yes, yes. I'm trying to think of what's really there is. Issa Rae's restaurant would be really a good place because it is soul food, it's comfort food.
Right.
Um, there's Woody's Barbecue. If you
Okay.
like, if you like barbecue, oh boy,
You say that's the place, huh?
that's really a good place to go. Woody's Barbecue,
Wow.
and yeah.
Yes, indeed. Marianne is watching from Washington State. Hello, hello, my love. Thank you for tuning in tonight. And there's also, he had one more place for you. He said Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in
Oh,
Beverly Hills.
Roscoe's. Why did I not think about that? Definitely, Roscoe's Chicken and
Definitely.
Waffles.
Yes.
Definitely.
You know that's on my vacation list as well. Whenever I get to Cali, I am definitely at Roscoe's as well. So let's jump into your story. Let's find out more about Sheree behind the artist, as well as what's been going on for you, because you have been doing music a long time. I mean, your career is like, wow. And so I want to know about young Sheree, your upbringing. Are you an
Mhm.
artist who started singing early on in your childhood, or did you discover your voice later in life? When did you start singing and performing?
Early,
Early.
early. I used to love to sing in front of the old television set. And
Mm,
you turn it off, and you can see your reflection
right.
in the window of
Okay.
the
The
glass in front
screen.
of the
Uh-huh.
right. So it's different than your screens now.
Right.
It's tubular. Anyway, I would turn it off, and I would stand in front of the television and look at myself, my reflection, and I would just be performing and singing, and it just that continued. So I loved to sing when I was in elementary school,
Mm,
and I think I would perform at school, and it just
right.
grew. It just grew. It grew. By the time I got to be in the fifth grade, I
Uh-huh.
was I was performing in talent shows. I taught myself how
Wow.
to play the guitar when I was in the fifth grade. So what is that, 10, 11 years old?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And
So
and so it was early on.
Wow. So you decided to pick up the guitar and then, to play any instrument, we have to keep our mind focused and be dedicated to what we are doing. So that means you love that instrument at an early age. I played the clarinet, but I didn't
Oh,
stick with it. I wish that I would have, because now
right.
I'm like, I don't play an instrument, but to pick
Wow.
that up and develop that at such a young age, I think that that is amazing. And you still, of course, play to this day.
Yes. Yes. And in fact, I write the music that I perform, record. I write most all of the songs. Well, once in a while, there's some songs I don't use my guitar, but I write my songs basically by using my guitar. I'll come
Mm,
up with chords, and then that I like, and then
right.
I'll come up with the melody, and then I will come up with the lyrics. Once in a while, I'll start off with lyrics and
Okay.
do it backwards, and then come up with the music. But most of the time, I have the music and the melody together. Now, when I collaborate with other folks, like when I can remember when Patrice Rushen was recording "Haven't You Heard," she started off with the track with Freddie Washington Jr. on, he plays bass, and Charles Mims, and they worked
Mhm.
on the music track, and she came up with the melody, and she said, I need you want to work on some lyrics for this song because I need some lyrics. I said, sure. So
Yes.
she gave me a cassette, and it had just the music track, right? And I could hear her. She was humming the
Mhm.
melody, and she was going da 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 ding ding that's what I heard, right? Do do
Yes.
do 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 do. And so I listened to it over and over and over again until I could actually hear. It was as if she was singing the words herself. All of a
Wow.
sudden, it sounded like she was singing, I've been looking for you. Haven't you heard? So I came up with the
Yes.
hook based on the melody and the rhythm. So I said, oh, Patrice. And she loved it. And then we got together and we finished writing the rest of the lyrics for the verses and the bridge. It was
Oh
fun.
my
It
goodness.
was so much
Yes.
fun.
That is
And
so sweet. Such a sweet story. So collaborating is your thing as well, because some people love to write solo. I wrote solo for a long time, and then I found like a group to write with for a while,
oh,
and I enjoyed it because I had never done that. So I'm so glad that you shared that story, because I was going to ask you, what is your writing process like? You are, an award-winning songwriter. So we had to know, which comes first. Is it the lyrics? Is it the music? But, that creative mind of yours is going, so you can go either way.
right. So most of the time, it's the music. But
Mm,
I'm trying to think. There is, there's a song on the new album called Thinking.
mhm.
Oh my gosh. And just to give you a heads up, I think it's going to be one of the forthcoming new singles on this album. So we've
Nice.
already released um, 3 or 4 singles.
Mhm.
The latest one is a bilingual song that I did, but we can talk about that later. But there's another song it's called Thinking,
Wow.
Thinking. And
Thinking.
I wrote the lyrics before the music. And
Wow.
and the lyrics speak to my life. Oh my gosh, thinking, about my life. You'll have
Yeah.
to hear it and go to listen to it on the album. And then I got together with this young artist, writer, musician named Marcus Pettit.
Mhm.
And I said, and he came over, and I have this old Fender Rhodes piano in my music room slash
Nice.
office, right? And he sat
Yeah.
at it and he just started playing. And I said, oh my gosh, that's perfect. That's perfect for this
Mhm.
song, Thinking.
Wow.
And the song is amazing. But you know what? I think all my stuff is amazing.
And you know what? We do too.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And you
Yes,
know what?
indeed.
I used to be shy about it and feel like, that's bragging. But no, it's not bragging. It's the joy of being able to share something that I have been blessed with. And I
Absolutely.
should share it and be excited about it. And it took me a long time to embrace that.
Wow. That's a beautiful life lesson, though, because a lot of times, it does seem that things can come off braggadocious, but you are absolutely right in saying, this is what was given to me. I'm giving
Yes,
it back. And
yes,
people are
yes,
enjoying it and embracing it. So that is so awesome. There is said, blessed is the right
yes,
word. Yes, indeed.
yes.
Blessed indeed. Wow. So this month you we're talking about the song actually, I Am You and You Are Me, Tu Eres Yo.
Yes.
You just released that latest single featuring Jessica Ortiz. So the song is a beautiful tribute from what I've read, and I've heard it, of course, but from what I've read, to the strength and accomplishments of women around the world. It's meant to be a song of sisterhood and such. So, what inspired you to write the song, I Am You and You Are Me?
What's going on in the world? So interestingly enough, I started writing the hook of the song "I Am You and You Are Me" almost 20 years ago, and I've
Mm,
actually performed. I did it originally for a high school play that I wrote for I was an artist in residence at a private school in Santa Monica, California, and I wrote this song in one of the segments of the play,
mm,
and but I just did the chorus, and then about 15 years later, I did it in another play called "We Tell Our Stories." But I never finished the song. So when we were working on this album, I decided it's time to finish the song
right.
because of what is going on in the world, what's going on in our communities, in our country and in the
Absolutely.
world. And so I was trying to figure out ways to uh, be political, but really not be political
Mm-hmm.
and address some of the injustices that are going on, some of the
Absolutely.
lack of kindness and inhumane actions that are going on. And
Right.
it really hurts me it saddens me. It hurts me to my heart. And so I figure, what could I do as an
Yeah.
artist? I feel like we as artists, have a gift that we can use to inspire, uplift, and enlighten people and to get a message across without being
Absolutely.
political. And because music transcends, it
Yeah.
transcends so much, right? So I'm thinking about what's going on. It's like, what can I do? What can I do? And I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use my platform.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not only thinking about the sisterhood, but I was thinking about humanity
Yes.
and two simple things. One, if we could see through the eyes of children, what a world this would be.
Absolutely.
And if we embraced the fact, and it's a fact, no matter culturally where we come from, what our politics are, what our religion is,
Mm-hmm.
we're all humans. That's a
Yeah.
fact. So I am you and you are me. That's basically what that means. I am
Yeah.
you and you are me. I'm a human and you're a human.
And you're a
And
human.
right. And I want to be treated a certain way. So I should treat others the way that I want to be treated. So the
Absolutely.
song starts off with, if it was your child, what would you do?
Mm-hmm. Pull your fan down for me.
Yeah,
There we
thank
go.
you.
Yeah.
Aha. If it was your child, what would you do?
Mm-hmm.
If it was your mother, what would you choose? And so I thought about two things. I'm a mom. My children are young adults, but I have young granddaughters. They're 2 to 13.
Right.
And if someone hurt my child, if someone took my child away, if
Talk
someone took
about
my child from me, if somebody injured my child, that hurt and concern goes so deep. And if folks that are out there doing things that are unkind and unjust How would they react if that was their child being treated that way?
Exactly.
My late mom passed a couple of years ago. I was so close to her. And I would think about my mom. Sometimes I remember growing up, if I got impatient with someone, I would think about, if that was your mom, would you be impatient like that?
Right.
And automatically I would go, let me stop.
You pull it back together.
Right.
Yes.
And so that's what the song is about. And so, I am you and you are me. I know that God wants us to see that I am you and you are me. It's not a dream. It's, it's not make believe. It's the lyrics. I spent a lot of time working on the lyrics. So what happened? The original, which is in English, was recorded, and it's a part of the album.
Yes.
And so what happened? I got this idea. I said, now if I was to do something about a bilingual version, someone who speaks or sings in a different language, then that broadens the message to me.
Yes.
It's like we're not just English speakers. We're speaking two different languages, but the message is the same. So there's this young lady, or Jessica. I had heard her sing and had become acquainted with her. And I always thought she had a gifted voice. And so I asked her, I said, can you translate a song in Spanish? Because you can't just sing a song in another language. You have to know how to do it because everything sings differently. The syllables are different, right? And so she said, oh yeah, I do it. And I started singing, I am you, you are me. And she started singing it in Spanish. I was like, oh my gosh, yes. So
that's it.
Less than a week, we were in the studio doing the bilingual version.
Oh my goodness.
And so when the record company, Expansion Records, heard it, my consultants and those who are part of my team, my inner circle, when they heard it, they were like, this is the best that you've done. Oh my gosh, this is so touching. And so the record company said, yes, we're going to release this as a single. And so what I would do is invite you and your listeners to go check out the music video that came out in May. So we did the single first.
Yes.
And then we did the music video to depict what the message is that we're trying to get across.
Absolutely.
And the music video, oh my gosh, people were like tears, crying. Oh my gosh. And I just want people to spread it as much as possible and make it go viral. Because it also it generates conversation. People are asking, well, what do you mean? What were you thinking? Oh, I get it. Or I don't get it. Tell me why I should. Most of the time people get it, but there have been a few people who don't. And it's so easy. And it's not even about trying to defend the song or the lyrics.
Yeah.
It's a fact. We're all human beings. We cannot get away from that. And so I'm just trying to figure out ways through my music that I could get that message across in a big way and just keep pushing it and being bold about it and stepping out of my comfort zone, which I'm doing, right?
Yes, indeed. And it's a beautiful song. I was listening to it on today as well. And it's very pretty. And like you said, there is a message behind it. And it's exactly what I thought in the beginning, that it was for all people. But I read again somewhere where it was about sisterhood, but I felt it was about mankind. I am you and you are me. And there are so many things that are going on in our world right now where we need a song like that. We need a powerful message. It's like when Marvin Gaye did What's Going On, it was necessary at that time, right? And so that's how I feel with even your song. It's a beautiful message over a melody, but there is so much powerful meaning behind it. Like you said, what would you do if that was your child? How would you feel? All of those things. And so that's very true. And so to get that through a lyric, like you said earlier, music transcends, it gets it into the heart, right?
Yes.
And we
Yes.
can begin to see each other the way that we should see each other, and loving
Yes.
each other the way that we should love each other. So I
Yes.
want to ask you, what is something you know about creativity, life, or yourself that you wish you could tell a young woman who is just starting out? Either a young woman, young creative who's just starting out, what would you share with them?
I would share to hold on to their dreams.
Hmm.
That and that's such a cliche, you know. It's such a very common folk message that people are sharing, and people take it for granted, I think. But there's a deep meaning behind that.
There sure
And
is.
so hold on to your dreams, continue to work towards what it is your goal is, you know, and your
Right.
craft, work at your craft. And don't let people discourage you. If they do, pick yourself back up
Yeah.
and keep on moving. We don't know when. I can speak for myself.
Hmm.
It took me 7 years working on various demos before I got my Capitol record deal.
Hmm.
And I remember when I was in high school, I would tell folks, you know, I was writing songs. There were people approaching me to record a couple of songs that I'd written back then. But I said, nope, I'm going to save it for myself. Now, if I was to do it again, I think that I would let them record it, right? But you know
Uh-huh.
that when you're young, it's like, nope, I'm doing it. I'm the only one who's going to do it, right?
Right. This
And
is
I
my
ended up,
song.
right,
Yes.
and I did end up doing, you know, moving forward and doing that. But there were so many people that discouraged me. The great thing is that my parents and my siblings, I'm the oldest of 8, and my
Wow.
mom and dad, so there were 10 of us in the household. And so they were all supportive. So I had an audience way back then. But there were a lot of people who said, do you know how hard it is? Do you know how many people make it in this business? It's who you know.
Right.
And I would tell
Right.
people, I don't care what you say because my faith, I know who I need to know. And
Yes.
and God's going to attract all the people that I need to know to get me
Absolutely.
where I need to go. And that's truly what has happened all my life. And so, but I had to continue to practice my guitar and my singing and my
Yes.
writing skills. And I loved it so much. It wasn't a burden at all. It was just, I couldn't wait. I could not wait to get home from school
Yeah.
to play my guitar. I would come home, take out my guitar, start writing a new song, and get up early the next morning and do my homework before went to the bus stop to get to school. And then
Yeah.
I would take my guitar with me to the bus stop, on the bus to school, and I would ask the teachers in classroom at the beginning of class, I wrote this new song last night. Can I play it for the class to hear? And they would
Wow.
let me sit in front of the class and play my song. And I went to an all girls school. So you know,
Okay.
we as young girls can be pretty rough with each other if we don't like anything, you know,
Yeah.
like something. But they embraced my music. So I had an audience. They embraced me.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I wasn't showing off again. I just could see that they enjoyed it, and I enjoyed just sharing it and giving it, you know.
Yeah.
So back to that question, do just continue to do what it is that you do and to believe in what you're doing and work towards it. And don't let folks discourage you because people will.
They
And
sure
you will
will.
get depressed and you'll
Yeah.
get down and you'll fall. Just pick yourself up. Try to surround yourself with as many like minds and positive folks as you can.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
indeed. I totally agree. You know, one of my personal mottos is God makes my dreams come true.
Woo! Yes,
So,
sir.
it's him, and I'm so like grateful for what he's still doing in my life. I had a
Yes.
conversation with someone recently, and they were talking about their show and how they wanted things to grow. And I said, I've been doing this for almost 8 years in August, but this is what I love.
8
So
years?
8 years
That is
in
so
August.
good. That's
And I
great.
and I'm still growing. You get what I'm saying? So I should
Yes.
never, as the Bible would say, don't despise small beginnings because, I'm still growing. I'm not where some people are, but I've learned so many lessons along the way. And that's what
Well,
counts.
that's so awesome. That's awesome. I'm
Thank
right there with
you.
you. When I turned 70 this past Christmas,
Beautiful.
that was a milestone, and it took me a little minute to get past it mentally.
Right, right.
But one of the things that I'm grateful for is that I'm able to still do what I do.
Hmm.
There's a number of my peers that are not able to, and some of those have passed on that
Right.
have been in the business that are no longer here to do it. And so this new album, Messages from the Soul, The Power of Music, there was a certain amount of urgency behind it for me.
Right.
And it was very intentional. The songs were very intentional. The collaborations. There's a song that Patrice Rushen and I started writing when we were 19 and 20 or 18 and 20 years old.
Mm.
And a year before I started working on this album, I found an old cassette that had Patrice and I. We were at her house. She was still at home with her parents and her younger sister, and we're there. I'm playing my guitar. She's playing the bass. She's multifaceted when it comes to instruments. She plays,
Yes, she
her
is.
keyboard is the main thing. She plays everything. So she's playing the bass, and we're just messing around and we're singing this. We're writing a song, and at the very end of it, I say, "I think that was it," and you can hear her say, "That was it," and then we start laughing. And all of that is on this. It's our voices over 50 years ago,
Oh my
singing with
goodness.
our instruments. And so I said, Patrice, I found this cassette. She remembered the song. I said,
Right.
let's finish it for this album.
Oh my
And we did. We
goodness.
did. It's called Rays of Sunshine.
I
Rays of
cannot wait
sunshine
to go
on my
listen to that.
window, shining through my window pane.
Yay.
And so we finished it, and then I did a reprise version of it. And we were able to, with one of my partners that I work with in the studio. He's an excellent engineer and arranger, and he helps with some of the production. His name is Steve Barry Cohen from Lake Transfer, and music. And so we were able to capture the actual voice of us talking at the end of that session at her home over 50 years
Wow.
ago. And it's tagged on the end of the reprise version of the song.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
so much. And so, I'm with my peers,
Yeah.
and then I am collaborating with some young creatives that are coming up. I co-wrote a song with my son. I co-wrote a song with my daughter. They're young
Wow.
adults. I went to my son, and one of his friends that's very creative. My son is Douglas Revels Johnson. We call him Revels Johnson. And the other creative his name is Spencer Cristobal. And so I said, you know what? I want a song that has a rhythm, an Afrobeat.
Okay.
And they
Yes.
came up with the Afrobeat. And then we continued, I brought my guitar and came up with a melody, and my son helped with some of that and some of the lyrics. But I finished the song. That's on the album. My daughter and I it's on the album. And so there's more dance songs on this album than there have been in my past albums, because I wanted it to be that way. Because scientific data shows that dancing and music brings joy and healing and people together, brings people
Yes.
together. And that's what we need now. You try to break,
Absolutely.
right? The way to take people down is to break their joy. Well, come on now. Let's just, if we fall down, pick up, get that joy. Do not give that joy away, right?
Don't give it away. And like you said, it brings people together. Look how many
Yes.
people, are coming together for your album. Like you said, you're
Yes.
bringing the music, and
Yes.
it's bringing not only one generation, but several generations
Yes.
together. And
Yes.
I'm sure different backgrounds and things. You got your family, you got your friends. And how sweet is that to have your voice tagged on the end? And,
Oh my
it's
God.
solidified now, everyone can hear it, and it's forever. So that's such a beautiful thing. And then also, you said I'm still making music. And not only are you still making music, but you're still making music well. There's a
Thank you.
difference. There's a
Thanks.
difference,
Thanks. Thank you.
Absolutely. You're still doing it well. Yes.
Thank you.
I'm going to jump into the comments just briefly. There are some people passing through. I like to acknowledge our viewers as well. Latoya French is watching. She said, hello. My mother, Evangelist Hardy Randolph, she said, we are more alike than different. We need each other.
Oh, yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Yes, we
Yes.
do. Wylena says, Sister Brown is so inspiring. I love her. She said, my
Thank
brother Marlon is watching too. I have Maybell Davis. He is a musician as well, guitarist. He plays it all. Producer, singer out of Tacoma, Washington. He is
Yes.
passing through. So thank you for being here tonight. And Evangelist Pamela Kaiser. She said, looking good, Kim. Welcome, Sheree Brown. Love both
Thank
of
you.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here tonight. I am enjoying myself. I want to talk about your project because it's kind of a trilogy. It's a trilogy
Yes.
project that you've done. And
Yes.
I want to talk about the portion Messages from the Soul, the Power of Music. You have an album and a book that's been said to celebrate the bond between the artist and the audience. So we often overlook the exchange of what the audience truly means to the artist as well, right?
Yes.
So, of course, when we hear your music, we're gathering from you. You're pouring out to us and we're able to receive. But there is an exchange that goes on for the artist as well. So, what have you received from your audience over the years that has been a blessing for you?
That's a good question. Acceptance.
Mm,
Acceptance. If I was not able to share my music and make it available for people to hear and people actually hear it and
yeah,
purchase it, then I feel like I would not be completing my mission and my goal. It
yeah,
would just be an artist playing and creating music for myself. I live to create, to share. And the more I know that what I share helps someone else's life, inspires them, uplifts them, the better I feel. I
yeah.
love to give. I really love to give. And it
It's that
makes me
joy
feel,
again.
oh my gosh, yes. And so you're talking about the trilogy. So back in the mid 2000s, early 2000s, actually, I had a life-threatening illness.
Mm,
And I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. I had a blood infection in my
wow.
bloodstream. They didn't know where it
Right.
came from. And I really didn't know how sick I was until after I got out of the hospital. People were saying, you almost died. And I was like, what? And
Wow.
and and I never thought that for a minute. I knew that God had my back. I knew that I
Yes.
was going to be fine. Just my faith. It was not even a second thought. It was just a part of me, right? And when I was in the hospital, I started thinking about a lot of different things. And I had this idea to write this book and to
Hmm.
tell my story of what I was going through in the hospital and how serious it was afterwards. I started writing, and I said, what would it be like to invite other women to tell their story
Yeah.
of life challenging experiences and how they were able to overcome through their faith, through support, their community, et cetera, et cetera. And then I said, what would it be like if I made it a multifaceted project? What if
Hmm.
it would be like, what if it was a book with the story? So I came up with 10 chapters. What if I had a piece of artwork that was dedicated to each chapter, each woman? telling their
Wow.
story in each chapter. So I have a
Yes.
sister who's also an artist. Her name is Celeste Monster. So she did the artwork. She did the art cover. She's done the art cover, the
Yeah.
cover art for all three of the books, right, to keep it consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what would it be like if I wrote a song and produced it, recorded it, and dedicated it to each woman, a different song to each woman in their story, in their story
Right.
that they're telling. So I did an album. So the album comes with the book, and the
Yeah.
art is in the book. And the preface is like it's like autobiographical.
Yes.
And I even have a chapter. So then
I love
5 years
that.
later, I came up, let's do a second book. Let's feature young adult women overcoming life challenges. And let's talk about mental health,
Mm.
which a lot of us in a lot of communities shy away from.
Yeah.
But everybody is involved. So, it's a part of our lives in some way, shape, or form, or someone close to us or in our family.
Yeah.
So the second book is called Messages from the Spirit. So the first book was Messages from the Heart. The album that was released on Expansion Records and comes with the book is called Messages from the Heart, an Extension of Love.
Wow.
So Messages from the Spirit. So now let's do the third and final book. We've talked about women. We've talked about young adult women. Let's do a book about the stories of men overcoming life challenges through faith.
Yes.
So my husband, Deacon Douglas Johnson Sr., but it's Douglas Johnson Sr., he's authored the book for the men. But they're true stories from different men.
Wow.
And there's artwork. Oh, I got to back up. The artwork on the second book was done by Charles Bibbs. He is if you Google him, Charles Bibbs, he is a major artist.
Wow.
And well known worldwide. And he did the artwork for that. And the third one is from the book is Messages from the Soul, but the album is Messages from the Soul, the Power of Music. And so that we put the album out on all three books. We put the albums out ahead of time. Wow. And it also comes in the book. So in the fall, this book, the Messages from the Soul book, should be completed. The album's already done, and that's the third and the final of the trilogy, of the Messages trilogy.
Wow. Wow. That is such a beautiful gift to give. Like I heard you say while you were speaking that you love to give, that it brings you joy, basically, And so you are giving gifts to everyone, allowing people to tell their story. There is a show that I will do eventually, but I want to talk about listening, but really listening. Really hearing someone, because sometimes we're so distracted and people need to tell their story. That's how we connect. If we would stop and listen to each other and truly hear what the other person is saying, that, of course, too, could help change our world. And we can see that we are more alike than different in many ways, because it all boils down to everyone wants love. Everyone wants to be free. Everyone wants to feel whole. Some people are going through challenges in their bodies and things like that. And I'm sure that your book, and your music has covered all types of topics. And it's necessary. It's designed to bless somebody. So what a blessing. And you get to share it with your family. Again, your husband was, the one to bring the stories out of the men, because they have a story to tell as well,
Yes. And the fact, the second book, Messages from the Spirit, it's interesting. One of the chapters is done by my daughter-in-law, who's a psychiatrist. She's a young adult. And what I asked her to do was I asked her if she would read the stories of the women and give some advice from a clinical point of view.
Right.
And she not only did that, and she embraced all of the women and
Wow.
very uplifting. And then what she did is she provided resources for mental health. Because what happens, the first book, when I did the first book, was like, okay, people commented about how these stories touched them. And
Yeah.
sometimes when you're reading stories or you're someone's sharing a story, it may trigger something within yourself that's related to something that may have happened in the past. So if
That's
that
true.
happens, then what do you do? So when we
Right.
did the second book, I asked if she would give resources so that if that situation happened, that people could, the listener, the reader, could go and look into some of these resources. And so the third book for the men, she's going to be providing that also. Her name is
Wow.
Axeline Johnson, Dr. Axeline Johnson.
Yes.
But
So
yeah,
things have come full circle.
yes,
It's like a whole package. How can
yes,
people not want that? Because there is healing in there and community in there. It's like everyone gave a part. There's a
yes,
piece, of everyone's story, and then the healing that comes, in the end
yes,
to say, from your daughter-in-law, I'm here to help.
yes,
I'm here to help. I'm here to encourage. I'm here to uplift all of those things. So wow. Wow.
yes.
Time is flying. Oh my goodness. It has been such an honor and a privilege
Oh,
to talk with you tonight. Tell us
mine.
where we can find you before we end the show. And before we go a little further, I want to go a little further as well. But I know we can find you at ShereeBrownMusic.com, which is SHEREE BrownMusic.com for those of you who may be listening to the podcast. And then your Instagram, I believe, is Real Sheree Brown on Instagram. Are there
Yes.
any other places where we can find you?
I have Sheree Brown music page. And
Yeah.
then my YouTube channel is Real Sheree Brown.
Real
REALSHER, one REE Brown. And the video for the bilingual song, I am you, you are me, tú eres yo, is on that it's on my channel. So subscribe to it, like it.
Yes.
Your support means a lot to me and will continue to mean a lot to me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's jump into I have so many questions, but I do want to get a rapid fire in with you. This is just the first answer that comes to mind. You
Okay.
can share with us so the listeners can find out even a little more about you. But again, you all, tonight we are here with the artist, Sheree Brown, who has done so much, not just in music, through the arts, through songwriting, Emmy nominated, reaching out through the community. Miss Sherry, you have done so much. So I say thank you for sharing your
You're
gift.
welcome.
It was
You are
not
welcome.
anything that you were boasting of. It is what you are called to do. And again, you are doing it well. So thank you so much. Again, you all make sure that
You're
you
welcome.
support her. Yes, go follow her YouTube page. Go check
Please,
out her
yes.
music. Yes, get everything because it's good. It's good. Evangelist Hurdy Randolph, my mother said, writing is therapy. It frees the soul and allows you to breathe again. Let us breathe. Yes,
That's your
indeed.
mommy. That's your
That's
mom,
my
huh?
mommy.
Oh, go
Yes.
ahead, mom.
That's
Yes.
right. Yes, she's a songwriter
Wow.
as well.
Oh,
And
okay.
yes, she's been going through some challenges with her health, but it has not
Mm.
stopped her. She's written probably about 20 or 30 songs since she's been down. So, yes, she
Oh,
has a lot going. And so I thank God for that, for her
yes.
gifts
Yes.
and music. The power of music and the power
Yes.
of writing is a beautiful thing. So let's jump into this rapid fire, Miss Sheree Brown.
Okay.
Coffee, tea, or something a little sweeter to start your day?
Coffee.
Bring your fan down for me once more. There we go. One more
Bye.
time. Give us your answer.
Coffee.
Coffee. Okay. What's one song? It could be yours or someone else's that you never get tired of hearing.
There's so many.
It's so many. I know.
That's the way of the world. That's the way of the world.
That's the way of the world. All right.
By Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Okay. Yes, that's good music. Good music. What's something people would be surprised to learn about you?
That I'm actually shy.
You know, the biggest creators are the shy people, right? You have
But
so
nobody
much
knows.
to give. Nobody knows, right? Because you still step up to the stage. That's the beautiful thing about it. And then you get to go, go back to wherever you want to rest afterwards, right?
Right.
Yes. What's the funniest or most unexpected thing that has ever happened to you on stage or in the studio? A funny moment.
I sang the national anthem at a
Uh-huh.
Laker game when they were still at the Forum in Los
Okay.
Angeles, California, and it was a cappella, and I did a great job singing it, but it was extremely slow because when I sang it, that echo, the
Oh, yes.
feedback, so I would wait my oh, say, can
Right.
you? See, and I did the whole thing, and I was standing up there all dramatic in front of the flag, and I even went to the end of the song, and I said, "For the land of the free."
Right.
I held it as long as I could, and the land, and they started clapping. Yeah. So I wait for the claps to come,
Oh
just
my
to
God.
die down. But they were clapping because they wanted me to hurry up so that the
Right.
game would start. And I went, and the home of the brave. And so it
Oh
was
my
back
goodness.
then when they didn't have cable. So it was a
Right.
home game, was not televised, but it was on the radio. So
Oh
all my
wow.
family and friends were around the radio, and the late Chick Hearn, their famous commentator, he was saying, "This team's gonna have to work. The team's gonna have to warm up again. This is the longest national anthem in history. Eat your
No.
heart out, Jose Feliciano," because he sang a version they didn't know what he was singing. And then and what did he say? He said, and then they said they got hate mail because people thought I was messing with the national anthem. Oh my gosh. And I thought
Oh my
I
goodness.
walked back to my seat all nice and proud because I
Oh
just knew
yes.
I did it. I didn't have any idea that it came off that way. I can
Oh
laugh
my
about it
goodness.
now,
Right, right. Oh my goodness.
but it
And
was
I
not
know
funny.
that feedback, that echo. If you're a
Oh my,
singer and you've been in an
yes.
arena like that, it is going to you know.
I would
So
stop and
yes.
wait for it to die down. And then, so it
Oh
was,
my
it was.
goodness. That is hilarious. Let me see. Who would play Sheree Brown in a movie about your life?
Oh gosh, somebody, I love her too. Um, Nia
Nia Long.
Nia Long.
Nia Long. Yes,
hmm
I can see that for sure. Nia Long. And let me see. What's your
I don't know if
favorite way? Huh?
I don't know if she can sing, but I love her spirit and her acting and her characters
Yes.
and her personality. But yeah,
She would need to lip sync. We'll get her lip syncing to your tracks, of course.
no.
What's your favorite way to recharge when you're not writing, recording, or performing? How do you recharge?
I like to watch movies.
Mm.
hmm
Yeah, get a good movie in. All
hmm
right, Miss Sherry, this is the last question, and I'm bringing this back with you. When I started my show almost 8 years ago now, I started it with a portion where the artist could teach me something, whether it's a song, whether it's a life lesson, um, anything that you can teach me before you go. It could be a word that you just want to give, but what's something that you're going to teach Kimberly Eshell before you leave Talented Thursdays tonight?
The word Jakanaka.
Jakanaka. Okay.
It comes from Zimbabwe. It's a
Mm,
greeting from Zimbabwe that my late not grand, but my late mother and father-in-law brought back from a trip to Zimbabwe. They were in their 80s when they went. And it loosely means to travel well, have a beautiful life, aloha, that kind of greeting. And he brought it back. And in fact, my husband and I wrote a children's book called Jakanaka, the Word.
Wow.
And based on what they brought back from Zimbabwe in Africa.
Yes.
Jakanaka.
I love it. Jakanaka. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here tonight. You have a beautiful spirit as well as your craft. And when those two things blend, it's like that's from God, you know? So thank you for sharing your gift with the world. Keep sharing your gift with the world. And you are welcome to come back to Talented Thursdays.
Oh, please. I would love it. I'd love it. And blessings and peace and love to you and to all of you there listening.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Charlene Carla said, thanks for a great show. Yes, indeed.
You're welcome.
Yes, indeed. And Nona, that's Marianne. She said, yes, the elements. You were talking about earth, wind, and fire. She said, that's what I'm talking about. Okay.
That's right.
Yes, indeed. Thank you again, Miss Sheree. I will see you next time, and I will see you all next Thursday on Talented Thursdays. There are so many surprises that are coming throughout this year. I'm excited. So y'all get excited. Tell a friend, subscribe, and we'll see you next week. All right. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Yes, you are very welcome. Blessings.
Thank you for watching. Please support by subscribing to Talented Television on YouTube.